won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo,
Yeah.
no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders.
What up, and welcome back into Pregaming here on Sports Money every Monday through Friday, every 6 p.m. To quote my guy, Jalen Hurts, rain, sleet, or snow, Pregaming stays good to go. Hopefully everybody's ready for a big evening tonight. I've got 10 games on deck for you guys to bust up and break down here today. Reminder, we are trying to move quicker, trying to start sooner, trying to get through these games so that we can get up out of here before the 7 o'clock window. So everybody has time to get out there, place their bets, consider the alternatives, do what they have to do so they can go out there and cash winning tickets. That's what we're here for. That's what this is all about. That's why we congregate here with the best damn chat in the business, the best community in the business. That is Sports Money. Find myself reminding people it is a privilege to be a part of this community, not a right. Unlike some of that big business that needs you guys around so that you can go buy their picks. We appreciate you supporting us. We are viewer supported, but it is a privilege to be a part of this community because it is the sharpest damn chat in the business. You guys have been working together 2+ years now, whether it be called Last Call or and of course they stole it, or it become Pregaming. We're doing our thing. We're making our money. We're getting our winning plays. And winning plays we got last night. Now, haters are going to hate. They're going to hate all over that Eagles victory. And shame on anybody that didn't play the Eagles. I told you, it's not just an opinion. It was objective, not subjective. It's the best team in the game. Defensively. Man, they bring in new Jalen Phillips. Look what he does. Career game out of a brand new player. There's excitement. There's energy. There's a buzz. They came in off a bye. Yeah, they started a little rusty. Okay. What's Jordan Love's excuse? Eberflus had an incredibly reactive, puss-safe game plan. Did not get the job done. And I told you guys about the dynamic wide receivers that are those Philadelphia Eagles, the best 1-2 combination. Devonta Smith, Heisman Trophy winning Devonta Smith, by the way. Not A.J. Brown, who grew up with Jalen Hurts, the number 1. But the number 2, who wears number 6, went out there and looked like a number 1 last night in Devonta Smith. Did you see that touchdown catch? Did you see it? Double covered. And what does Jalen Hurts do? He gets over the heads, throws it over the heads. Devonta Smith goes up and grabs it, brings it down. Touchdown. And what a game that was. So hopefully you guys were able to catch. Now, I told you, Goddard was the play. I said get his receiving yards, get his receptions. He cashed them both. I did say wrong team favored, but I did suggest a 10-pointer. I'll tell you, just full transparency, I parlayed a Devonta Smith touchdown with the Eagles -9.5. And when it was 10-0, I was like, oh, are we going to cash this? No, we didn't. That was +900. But hey, what are you going to do? Now, some people, the haters will say, oh, it was awful. It was an ugly game. How you want to play? You want them to go out there and gunsling? They can gunsling. You want them to go out there and play defense? They play defense. They dominated that Green Bay Packers team at home, by the way. Eberflus never beaten the Eagles. Jordan Love's never beaten the Eagles now. Doesn't matter where they play. They play in Brazil. They could play in Lambeau. They could play in Philadelphia. It doesn't matter. Saquon looked great. Juking everybody all over the field. Making them miss plays, doing spin moves. Fantastic. And that's how the Eagles got it done. So that was a lot of fun to see what happened in that game here tonight. We're going to bust up and go through a recap. We'll talk about the 10 games you see on the screen. I've got 3 NHL plays, 3 of them. Oh, yeah. I'm looking at the screen. I was, I got 3 before you guys died. It wasn't a stroke. It was just trying to figure out, why does it only say 2? But no, it's 3. I had to take off today's games to fit it all in the screen. I've got one college football game for you guys. We're going to talk about one of the Maction games and a team that we kind of highlighted last week. I've got 4. I've got 4 college basketball games for you guys, and I've got a parlay plus an NBA game tonight in the National Basketball Association. So we got a busy night. We got 10 plays. We got to get to work. Before we do just that, though, we'll talk about the recap. I don't know. Edmonton Oilers went over the 6.5. That was easy. I gave out on Winnable the Blue Jackets to win as a plus money spot. And the Oilers came back to win that game 5-4. So that sucked. But we cashed the over here. We did not cash Nashville. We did not cash New Jersey. The Rangers finally erupted with scoring. So good on them. And the Devils lost 3-2 to overtime and the New York Islanders. So, okay, so be it. The under 230.5 did not cash. I did talk about the under 232.5 earlier in the day. That did cash. That's a benefit of jumping on board for the text alerts. You don't want to miss the plays when they're given out at the best numbers, because by the time we get to here, I'm telling you what I took. I'm telling you where I'd still play it, but we missed that thing. It was 232 final. It ended with 230.5 was the number that we got at closing line. What else? In the NBA yesterday, Donovan Mitchell got his points. We had over 26.5 points. It started at 25.5. It went to 26.5. We got 28. That game was weird. It did not look like it was going to go over the total early. And then they just exploded in that second half, defense optional. And then our parlay in the NBA, the Minnesota Timberwolves did win. The Clippers suck right now. I don't know how else to say it. They do not look good. College basketball wise, we cashed the over 164.5 in the battle of the Kentuckys, West Kentucky, East Kentucky, 164.5. Don't matter which Kentucky. That game went over, no problemo. Seton Hall minus 13.5 cashes for us. Went over, 23 was the total. So, it didn't sail over the number. It didn't matter. UNC Wilmington did not cash for us. So, sadly, it was just a 2-1 day in the college hoops arena. But again, the Eagles, second half live Eagles, 0-0 halftime. And now you guys will see the 2 lowest scoring games in the NFL this year happened to be last Thursday and this Monday. 10-7s. Broncos and Raiders, Eagles and Packers. Now you see why we decided to take a couple of days off. And hopefully you guys did as well. Enjoyed yourselves, have some rest, some recharge, some relaxation. We will be back Thursday. Thursday night we'll be live for the New Jersey Jets. New Jersey Jets is what I'm calling them. And boy, oh boy, look at them New England Freeze jerseys, man. What is it called? The Nor'easter jerseys. The Nor'easter jerseys might just have become my new favorite jerseys in football. Them things are fresh, man. That New England Patriots team looks good. I think that'll be a fun game. Both teams coming off of wins last week. That will be Thursday. That will be on Prime. Thursday Night Football on Prime. So we will go after it. We will go to attack the books on Thursday Night Football. So it's time to go. It's time to fire up. It's time to get after it. I'm ready to go. I hope you guys are as well. A reminder, you can support me over at Winnable. Get my best bets. We're trying to cook out on... What are we trying to cook out on right now? Let's see. Let's see what I pushed out there this afternoon. Let's go slow when I get up to the... What happened? Long Island University cashes. Touchdown. -4, Long Island University wins the game 76-70. Down at halftime. -3.5 in the second half. Gets the win for us out there. Cash it. And for less than $1 a day, you can go over to the Winnable. You can get my best bets. Support me over there. Love you guys being a part of this community and building what we're building. And as a way to say thank you, as a way to continue to grind, as a way to just pay it forward. Tip the dealer, however you want to look at it. You can go over to Winnable. And in exchange for saying thank you, I will thank you by giving you more best bets. If you want to see the bigger plays, the plays that I like the most, the ones that are my ultra special spots out there, trends be darned. I'm going to show them to you over at Winnable. All you have to do is go over, sign up, $1 a day, get on board. I give you a 25% discount at sign up, as I mentioned in Ramon's show this morning. And it's really super easy to get started. So check out Winnable if you haven't done so already. Hey, it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
And that's the way that we do it. I told you guys we're going to start sooner. We're going to get more action-packed in there. I don't know if we're going to get any more action-packed in there. I like that 9-10 number, right? I like to share 9 or 10 games with you guys over here. It's just a matter of getting done sooner because we have games that start at 7:15. We have live streams that start at 7:45. We want to make sure you guys have time to get the action in. So jumping on board, getting in here, doing this thing, coming in ready to play is what it's all about. And of course, it's my favorite part of the show. That is the best bets from the chat. I'll tell you what I'm on, but I want to see your guys' opinions here. That's what I'm here for. So get them in the chat. I want to shout out each and every one of you guys. You know the deal. We want to see them tonight. I got a pretty goddamn good photographic memory. So coming in here talking about some big bomb that you didn't drop the night before. Don't do that. Get them in here today. We all want to make money. Well, let's see what you guys are on. If you got an angle, if you got a look, you think there's something we can use to cook the book, then let's put it in the play and talk about it across the community so we can all get that money. Jover's never been shy to giving over, and he's starting us off here with plays number 1, 2, and 3 today. Stars and Senators first period over in that Jover Classic. The Blue Jackets and the Kraken over 6.5, and the Jets Canucks first period over 1.5 for Jover. And his overs. Guy McDougal says, I'm really digging Ohio Moneyline tonight. And there's Joe W. Peter Gracia says, let's get after it. Thanks, Mikey Money. Robert McCormick's checking in. Jay Main says, yo, what up, gang? There's Gary. What up, Gary? Just throw them dubs, baby. You got it, Gary. I'm happy to do it. Jay Main says, New York, Memphis, 6 straight overs. OKC, Golden State, 10-1 to the over the last 11. Peter Gracia says, good call on the Eagles. You know what's funny is people are now coming out saying, "Oh, they'll win a playoff game this year." Okay. I don't know why there's just such hatred. That's all it is. It's hatred. It's sheer refusal to recognize the best damn team in football. They're number 1 in the NFC East. They're number 1 in the power rankings on ESPN now. Be interesting to see what they do next week, Monday Night Football, the Detroit Lions. By the way, tough damn schedule. Not only are you the reigning Super Bowl champs and everyone wants to run the champ, you got a tough schedule this year. Playoff teams galore. Jay Mann says, I had Saquon 18 rushing attempts and Musgrave to under 28.5 receiving yards. Stop Geoengineer. Checking. Zofe says, thank God for Devonta because Brown didn't even bother to clock in. Remember, it was his first game back. Was on Smith anytime touchdown and over 60. Stop Gio says, y'all needed that W this week. Mikey, my Lions are about to come stomping in town next week. That's him. Stop Gio. Maybe you've heard. Jalen Hurts and company are 10-0 against the NFC North. I don't know if you heard that or not. The best division in football. Can't find a way to stop them Philadelphia Eagles. Just saying. That is a fact. Zofe says, and EAGLES Eagles. Let's go. Jay Main says, NBA been so fire. AOD says, Mike's our brother. AOD says, Pistons been on fire. Jay Main, how about the 46 dropped last night by none other than Cade Cunningham? Jay Main says, Peyton Pritchard. Under 2.5 threes. 2-9 to the over, as well as White 3.5 threes, 2-9. Okay. Says LFG Old E says, smash that like, y'all. Nasty Nate says, turn your heat on, Mike. I got the heat on. But I don't mind wearing a hoodie. I don't mind a zip. I mind a hood. I like a hood. Throw the hood up over the head. Get after. Keep my dome piece warm. A lot of heat escapes from the top. Smoking Beers checking in. Old E says, y'all catching this line move in the Thursday game. I already gave out a Thursday play. I didn't catch the line move, though. What is the line move in reference? Wow. 12. Holy shit. From plus 5.5 to plus 12.5. Obviously, a whole smattering of players will not be playing. So say I need to start fading more props, J Main ZC. What's the final? You know what? My book paid me out. I see 76-71 now. I don't know. My book paid me out, so I assumed it was good. Hopefully it is. Don't want to have to go over there and cash it out. Zoface says, good luck, man. I dig that style. Just can't keep up. Scoop old E. Zoface says, that move in the first quarter totals was spot on last night. Late money was good money, smart money. Usually the way it goes. Usually that U-shaped movement, right? Sharps buy it early, pushes the number, public chases the steam, and then after the number gets to a certain point, the sharps buy back in and try to get that middle. David Wallace says, what up? Irish King says, NHL's free money. Cash bags yesterday on a week straight heater. Nice, dude. Nice. Nasty Nate says, Michigan first half. So faces, what did Patties and totals open at? Holy, I'm not sure. Louisville first half for Nasty Nate. J Main says, in New York. J Main says 6 straight over in New York and Memphis. Okay. Peter Gracia loves the Eagles cadence, and I'm in New England. Okay. Zoface says, hard work pays off, friend at J-Main. Get him. There's Vincent Contreras says, Winthrop versus Coastal Carolina over 165.5. College hoops. Nasty Nate likes Colgate. Nuke worker. Stop being a fanboy. Nuke, I can't help but just tell you the stats, and then I'm passionate about my team. So when they're first in everything, might come off as a fanboy, but I'm proud of what them boys have done. Number one team on the road, number one team at home, number one team in the NFL over the last 2 seasons. What are you going to do? Smoke Beer says, I'll wear a hood, just not a white one. Yeah, that's probably not a good idea. Nasty Nate says Celtics second quarter. Peter Grassi says Devonta unreal weapon, that catch. Wow, dude, it was ridiculous. It was arguably a ballsy throw, but they say Jalen can't throw the ball deep downfield. Just a bunch of fucking haters. What are you going to do? It's fine. Keep putting them in dog spots. We'll keep cashing. Sorry, I'm not sorry. James, I told everybody here to play him. No excuse if you didn't play him. No excuse if you went to the window and you put a Green Bay Packers ticket down. None. I told you want to look at offense. Here's some offense. You want to look at some defense? Here's some defense. You want to look at some offensive trends? Here's some offensive trends. You want to look at some defensive? Dominated the board. In trends, in stats, in everything. In fact, even though the people, the public's all over the Eagles. What I say, I even countered that and said, the public got cooked on Sunday. So, of course, they were due to come back on Monday. Let's get to these plays here today, you guys. Get me all excited. Get me fired up to start talking some sports here tonight. And let's keep her going. So, Nuke doesn't like to see the Eagles winning. And nobody does. I get it, man. It's tough. Best team in football. Hardest fan base in football. Nobody likes it. Nobody, I'll tell you what. Everybody likes the Lions, but bigger money early. Sharp report coming in. Sharps ain't buying these Lions. Not at 3.5. They're not going to lay 3.5 or get 3.5 with the hook. Toronto is going to kick off our NHL card for the day, and it is Revenge City. These teams just played each other. Boston Bruins beat down I don't know, what do you want to call them? A flat team? A sluggish team? Toronto had just, I don't know. It's hard to say what they just dealt with. Mediocrity, I guess. And yet they're going to Anthony Stolarz. Bad year. Started great last year. Finished great last year. Second year under the Maple Leaf logo. And he's struggling. He's got a 3.35 ERA. Or GAA. ERA. Whoops. It's not baseball season anymore. Stolarz. This is the thing that I found was incredible. He got 4 goals allowed on 19 shots the last time he played the Bruins. And it's the first time they pulled him in Toronto. So is he motivated to come back and fire up? Or does Boston just have the secret sauce? Does Boston smash? No, I don't think they do. Swayman is the reason I don't think so. The Bruins went through a shitbed. 1-7 over 8 games before finding their groove. Stella got her groove back, and they're on a 6-game winning streak. So 3.08 on the Swayman side of things. Both these goalies qualify as bag of shit status. All right, we ran the tiers. Calder Trophy, Vezina Trophy, whatever. Calder Trophy winner. Serviceable. Bag of shit. North of 3, you're an absolute pile of dog shit. And it's probably on fire Happy Gilmore style. So Billy Madison style. So in that case, I like the over. Both these teams have been trending to the overs. I believe it's, what was the overs at home? I didn't write them down. Toronto's been an over team. Boston's been an over team. Both teams have been on the over stretch. I can't play these any longer at DraftKings, so you know there's something to be said for them. I like the overs in these spots here. Home over 6-4 for Boston. I believe it's 4-2 in their last 6, and the Toronto Maple Leafs perfect 4-0 to the over on the road. So let's go. Let's take some Toronto. Let's parlay in the revenge spot with some goals being scored, and we get a plus 183 for the privilege of parlaying the two together. So I like this Toronto in the over to kick us off on the sports card this evening. We'll roll on to the next game on deck. What was the final? You see, how are they adding points after the game ended? Do they foul at the very end? Was there an unnecessary foul at the very end? Oh, geez. Are you kidding me? All right, well, I guess we pushed. They'll probably end up taking that money. Now, here's a life lesson. There's no shortcuts in this game. Some of these guys that want to go out there and hop on a bad line, this is an important lesson. This is worth taking a second. Stop following those guys. This line's mispriced. It's 30 cents off of everybody else in the marketplace. Don't follow those guys. You know why? It's a lose-lose situation. What do I mean by that? Well, the books have the right to say they mispriced the line and they're not going to pay you on it. So they'll potentially refund your money if you win. But if you lose, they're not going to tell you they mispriced the line and give you your money back. There's no way to win in mispriced line situations. And if you do, and you do it a couple times, you just lost a book. Okay? They're going to cut you off. So those scrubs that want to try to beat the lines, it's mispriced by $1. You know, we see it a lot in UFC. Oh, it's plus 1,200 here, but it's plus 3,500 at this one book. You're not going to win. I had money tied up one time. I did it one time. I fell for the hype one time. Never got paid out. Got refunded and then got limited. So now I can barely even use the book because it's not worth putting $2 down on a parlay for me. So that's lesson number 1. Lesson number 2, as you go to it, if you do get paid out, don't just go cash your money out right away. This isn't a short game. This is a long game. We want partners in books. You know, Ramon talked about it at one point. I don't know that I would go to this extreme, but I respect that he would go out there and call some of the bookmakers and be like, hey, you got this line mispriced. I would never do that. The last thing I'm going to do is pick it up and point it out. But point is, you want a partnership with these books. And so going out there because they paid you out when it's $76.70 and they mispaid you, like I just got mispaid. And then some people will go cash it out for a couple $100 and be like, yeah, I got them. Go take it back from me now. There's nothing there. you're going to lose a book. We don't want to lose books. We want more books. It was important for me to take a second to give that PSA. One, don't be an asshole. Don't try to hammer a mispriced line. That's a shortcut, and there are no shortcuts in this business. Two, get as many books as you can and be a good partner. They'll pay you. If you treat them with respect, they'll treat you with respect. So that's the way we're going to go. Nasty Nate says, I took the Bruins +1.5 in the Celtics money line parlay at +157. Nasty Nate, you should have given it to me. Should have asked me to play that one. Okay, guys, LA Kings, Montreal, Canadiens, La Habitants are going to come in to host them feisty Los Angeles Kings. Darcy Kemper will start for the Los Angeles Kings. Sam Montembeault will start for the Montreal Canadiens. This line opened up as an even money spot for the Kings. Upon goalie confirmations, they have moved to a -115. And the sharp respected betting report has weighed in with one pick on the day. Well, I was going to say one play. Kind of came out as plick. One play on the day, one side that they like the most is the Los Angeles Kings. I agree. When you look at this number, you see these two goalies, 2.52 is serviceable and Darcy Kemper. 3.46 is bag of shit for Montreal. Okay? Try to keep it real simple for everybody. It's real easy. Keep your goalies in 3 tiers, and it goes back to what I talked about with baseball. Are we going to win all the time? No. Can the number 2 guy come out and beat a number 1 guy? Sure. Anything can happen. I could fucking wake up tomorrow and have hair down to my knees. Probably not going to happen. It's probably not realistic. You know, listen, Tooth Fairy, Santa Claus, all that shit, right? But point is this. When you have a number 1 and he's matched up against the number 2, he has an advantage. And even if the stats, in this case for Montembeault, you might say, well, it's a little early to be knee-jerky and calling this guy a number 2. Okay, I get it. And he's been catching points, but he's still only saving sub 90%. So he's got an 86.4% save on the year. In his last 3 games, he's 89.5%. He's still not at that tier that he needs to be really considered a number 1. And the Kings, for all intent and purpose, are better on the road than they are at home this year. Makes sense. The pendulum shifted. Last year, they were the best home team, damn near never lost. This year, they're a great road team, damn near never lost. 6-1-2, picking up points. Now the Canadiens on the other side they are 4-0-2 in their last 6. So to me, this one just came down to a straight goaltending challenge. I endorse the sharp action betting of this game here with the Los Angeles Kings. I'll take them on the road. Big battle. Montreal under the lights. Midweek action for a Montreal Canadiens team that, you know, looking at kind of their overall resolve and form, you know, they're in the midst of a home stretch. They just beat up the Utah Mammoth. They got the Kings. They got Dallas next, and they face Boston to kind of keep things rolling. So, you know, is this a little sleepy spot maybe midweek for this Canadiens team with a shit goaltender? Yeah, I think it is. And on the flip side for the Kings, look, you just fired off the Penguins 3-2. You got to run on the road here. Montreal, Toronto, and Ottawa. This is the furthest point away from home they can get. This is a business road trip for them early in the season in a place where they've got the stronger goaltender and playing better. I give me the Los Angeles Kings. I got them at -118. Sharp action betting reports up 3.8 units in the NHL. I'm sorry. I think it's 4.8 units. Let me double check. Let me double check. 4.22. Excuse me. So there we go. As we roll onward and we roll upward, we will talk about one more game in the NHL. It's going to be the game between the San Jose Sharks and the Minnesota Wild. Is it contrarian? I don't know. I don't even like that word. I bet you I would struggle to spell it. CONTE TRE. That's how much I like it. I can't stand it. Contrarian. But I think it's contrarian to bet the Washington Capitals tonight. I like the Capitals. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you guys the Capitals as an extra play tonight. I know. It's the Carolina Hurricanes. I'm adding this play for you guys on the fly. I gave it out as a free play over on Winnable. If you haven't gotten the free play alert signed up at Winnable, I don't know what the fuck you're waiting for. You don't like money? You don't want to be in the know? You don't want to at least see the option that's coming across the pike to tell you, hey, here's a spot that I'm pretty excited about. And as we look at it as specifically, I'm adding this play. So just bear that in mind. I'm adding this play. Let me pull up my notes. Excuse me. No, that's not them either. Excuse me. Capitals playing against the division with a total that is exactly 6. They find themselves 5-2 in the NHL this year. Divisional opponent with a total pegged at a 6. And if they're in, this is our favorite spot. If they're in the revenge against the conference divisional opponent, revenge, meaning that the last time they played them, they lost. The Capitals bounce back with fierce vigor. They're 4-0, and they're winning by 2 goals a game. So there's a contrarian play. Everybody likes the Carolina Hurricanes tonight. They're at home. They're dominant. Fuck them. Give me the plus 140 on the Capitals. And I'm going to add to that the San Jose Sharks in this position at plus 180. Talk about sharp betting. 17% of the bet, 62% of the cash coming in. And guess why they're coming in? Because the Minnesota Wild are on fraud alert right now. By the way, goaltender-wise for the Capitals and the Carolina Hurricanes, you've got number 1 versus number 1, except guess what this position is? 1.61 goals against average for Logan Thompson. That's the Capital starter. 2.96 for Frederik Andersen. That's the Carolina starter. Inconsistent. Can't count on him. Guys dealt with injuries galore last 2 seasons for Frederik Andersen. He's 36 years old. He ain't getting any younger. And he's borderline that bag of shit status. Capitals are looking to get off the skid in a revenge situation out there. I like the Capitals to fire in that spot, as I mentioned. Then we go to this San Jose Sharks team against the Minnesota Wild, and we've got Alec Nedeljkovic going on the San Jose Sharks side of things, and Philip Gustafsson, both these goaltenders. 2.96 for San Jose, 3.18 for Philip Gustafsson. Gustafsson, bag of shit status. Can't say it enough. He allowed 4 goals on 27 shots against that Hurricanes team. They lost 4-3. San Jose Sharks, as bad as the Sharks are, they got the top point producer in the NHL in Calabrini. They got themselves a 3-game winning streak. And nothing about this Minnesota Wild team tells me I should be laying $2 on them. Are you kidding? What are we talking about here? Now, the problem is Minnesota has been finding the back of the net lately. So there's a high propensity that this game goes over the total. But I got to take a shot with these San Jose Sharks right now. Overall, performance-wise, between these two teams, look, they just beat Florida 3-1. We see Florida just came back and finished off the Vegas Golden Knights last night. They beat the Winnipeg Jets. That's a team I think is going to go far this year, even though they're starting the season kind of sluggish. They just beat them 2-1. They won at Seattle. Seattle's been beating the shit out of everybody. They won 6-1 against the Seattle Kraken on the road. And here they go back on the road now. First road game. This is their second road game in their last 6 starts out there. You got a rested San Jose Shark team feeling good. Youth movement in way. And the Minnesota Wild, by the way, for the extra little cherry on top, just finished against the Calgary Flames. They shut them out 2-0. What happens after a team gets shut or shuts a team out? Hopefully they get shut out. And the Sharks win this game. So I'm going to take the San Jose Sharks. There's $2. There's $2 for you guys. And a parlay. That's going to put us at a plus 180 something. Right? That's 3 big NHL swings that we're going to take tonight. Irish King says Calabrini's been cashing him. Bags all weekend. Last weekend. Absolutely. And he says Gus in that. Yeah. Gus the Bus. Tech B says, what's happening? What's up, Tech B? Yes, sir. Peter Gracia is giving me a little promo here. He says, sign up on Winnable. Early lines and respected capping. Cost almost nothing per day. Can't go wrong. Absolutely. You guys win one play. Cash, last night. Catch the best line movement out there. It pays for itself. Derek says San Jose Sharks on the puck line. I thought about it, Derek. I don't hate it. I was just looking at the bang for your buck. It's like minus 140 on the puck line. That kind of tells you that the books think it's a 1-goal game. Like if it was like minus 110 on the puck line, kind of would tell you they think they're going to probably lose by 2 or 3. But when it's sitting around minus 140, minus 150, and you got a team that's got the youth movement going on with the better goaltender at the moment, point in time, I think that, to me, the risk reward. But I play it the same way. If you hit on 16 at blackjack table, then you always hit on 16. If you never hit on 16, you never hit on 16. If you split kings or tens, I'm going to get up and leave the table. That's just a no-no. We don't do that. Irish King says, Calabrini been cashing. Nicholas Haney says, Leafs, Kings, Canes, parlay. Well, I like the Capitals. So I couldn't get there with you. DJ Hardy says, Flames team total under. Sophie, Boston parlay activated. Irish. Phillies scares me a little. Bruins plus 1.5 should be easy breezy. Also grab Bruins plus 1.5, and Bruins team total over 2.5. Now, that's a creative way to do it. David says, Mike, is Chef cooking up? Chef Curry? Irish King says, Bruins money line, and I like the Geek. I'm okay with the Geek. I didn't like him in Seattle. I'm okay with him being in Boston. It's cool. Bring him on the East Coast. I tweeted out today, somebody commented, why can't we flex the Rams and Seahawks game into Sunday Night Football? And I responded, because people on the East Coast don't want to watch NFC North teams. And dude didn't respond. So just calling it how it is. The biggest media market's on the East Coast. So we're not likely to see a bunch of NFC West teams playing. And that kind of goes to me when it comes to seeing the Geek, the Geek. Stick them out there in Boston. Let me get excited about seeing some youth during my 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m. time window, so I'm not laying in bed trying to watch this thing. Okay, let's go to some college football. Let's keep moving. Let's keep a brisk pace. Doing a fine job tonight. You guys are doing a great job with it. Keeping up, sharing your plays. We're moving quickly. Jerry Davis says, I parlayed Caps and Sharks puck line for a quarter. I don't mind that at all. I was just wondering if there's something else we could toss in there to make it beefy, like the Stars. The Stars wouldn't be bad. The Ducks, fuck it. Not the Canucks. I think the Jets win that game. Wrong team favored? Is the wrong team favored in the Ducks and Anaheim, Colorado Avalanche game? That's going to be the question we wait to see tonight. JPZ's in the house. He says, I'm on the Kings, Jets, Ducks team total over 2.5. There's Michael Johnson, says Celebrini. First goal. Hit it last Tuesday. Irish King likes Vancouver money line. Michael Johnson says, don't use the Stars, Mikey. I really like the under in that game too. Stars game. I'll be honest, I hate the Senators. I hate them. If there's one team on the East Coast that could fuck off forever, let me think. Let me run down the rip for East Coast teams that could fuck off forever. Yeah, it's Ottawa. Yeah, it's Ottawa. That's it. Sorry, Ottawa fans. I do appreciate you taking Claude Giroux off our hands, though. I do appreciate that, and his contract that goes with it. Kind of shitty, though. The guy ends up getting his car stolen last year when he's on the road, and his wife was at home with the kid and had to deal with it. That kind of sucks. And then she had to deal with the provincial authorities not knowing how to do it coming from the States. That was kind of shitty. I follow all things hockey. Wives, girlfriends, stolen cars. You name it, I check into it. Well, Ohio and Western Michigan for Maction. Maction in action. The best part about these teams, when there's only a few of them, and we profiled them a week ago, so we can kind of come back to them pretty quickly and start talking again. We know Western Michigan comes into this game coming off the bye. Look at these records. 2 top teams in the MAC. Maybe 8 p.m. We're going to find out. This line opened at 2.5. As a dog for Western Michigan, 72% of the bets and 88% of the cash have come in on the Western Michigan side of things here. If you guys are new to the show, we look at the bets, we look at the cash, and we look for the reactions. We've been doing this for several years now, 4+ years, trying to evaluate this percentage of bets, the percentage of cash, and then the book's reaction to try to see if there's a story behind it. Now, apparently, the rest of the world just woke up, and they're doing it now too. But we've perfected this craft. Doesn't mean we're always right, but it's a great weather vane as to what's going on. Which way is the wind blowing? Is my mic stand about to fall down? I hope not. Let's fix that. There, give it a little tighten up. So the public moved this thing to a favorite on the Western Michigan side of things here, coming in with rest against Ohio. I think I get it. Sort of. 72% of the bets, 88% of the cash on the Western Michigan side of things. So big money coming in. Crazy in action. But anyhow, 47.5 moved down to 46.5. You have 58% of the bets, 47% of the cash on the over. That could have been a stroke. That could have been me stroking. Western Michigan started off the season. They're 5-4 to kick things off on the year, as you can see there but they get to the MAC and they've been beating teams up. Problem with the team like Ohio, they just had a really tough game against Miami, Ohio. They were laying 2.5. We were on them. We cashed. They won 24-20. It was an in the trenches battle. They had to come from behind in that second half to get the win. And you got Western Michigan, hasn't played in 10 days. They previously had a non-cover. In fact, they're back-to-back non-covers, this Western Michigan team. So what does everybody like about them? Well, I think the thing that everybody likes the most is their defense. If you look at what they've been doing, they shut out Ballsack, 0 points. After you shut a team out, you probably lose. They did. They lost to that Miami, Ohio team that Ohio just beat 26-17. So common opponents, Ohio had a little more strength. The question is rest or rust for Western Michigan. Defensively, they're giving up just 19 points a game. That's good enough to be 19th in college football, which is, when I mentioned their record, seeing that 5-4, it's impressive because they did play they played some shit teams, right? They played Rhode Island. They played UMass. We know UMass is straight ass. 21-3. They beat them boys up. However, they're not allowing many yards, 12th in the country. So the under's got to be a really strong look in this game. They're 12th ranked in expected performing yards per play. And they do well against the pass and the run. The problem for Ohio is Western Michigan's got a dual threat quarterback. So you got a guy that can drop the ball and run. Brock Lowry. What a fucking name. Is that like a porn star name? Brock Lowry? I'm not sure. Kind of reminds me of Boogie Nights. Chest Rockwell? Brock Lowry can certainly go out there. He's averaging 91 rushing yards a game. So he's not afraid to pull it down and run with that thing to move the chains over his last 4 games. So, that's kind of been the nemesis for Ohio in this thing here, but I don't know. Ohio, to me, they're 0-2 against the spread on the road this year. In a favorite role, okay, it might be inclined to take the 2 points in my back pocket here, but I think this is a 1-point type. I think this is a close one. I think this is a coin flip, and I'll take the points. I'll take the Bobcats. They did lose as 14.5-point favorites at Ball State. That's not good. They lost outright. And they barely beat up on Eastern Michigan, but I kind of feel like it's the turning point on the season right now for this Ohio team, and looking at it saying, hey, we just beat a division rival. Western Michigan's 6-1 straight up at home versus MAC over the last 2 seasons, but I think they've got that belief in them now after watching what they did, trying to think about the game script. If you are this Ohio team, you got to do what they do well, and that's keep the ball in the trenches. Just play bully ball and beat these guys up and keep the chains moving, keep the clock going. Low scoring game where Ohio can find a way to best this Western Michigan team. Maybe they come out early and they just kind of hold off Western Michigan for the rest of the game because of that rest versus rust factor. But that'll be the way that we get paid in Maction here. We're going to take the dog, take the +1.5 with Maction. I think the public dummied it up for us just enough to get in there. Jerry Davis leans Ohio, much better quarterback. Michael Johnson says, Jay Peasy, what's the capital of Canada? Michael Johnson says, that nasty. No way that hits, bro. But good luck. What's not going to hit? Tech B, Mike, you're supposed to say sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. JPZ has no idea where Ottawa is. Ottawa's about 6.5 hours northeast of me, across Lake Ontario. Sophie says Brock Lowry definitely fucks. Yeah, dude. Well said. Well said. That's one of my favorite sayings. Okay, let's go into some college hoops. I got some trends for you guys here. Brisk pace, keeping it moving, trying to pick it up. We got a lot of sports on the docket. So if you guys haven't done so already, make sure you do smash that thumbs up button. Show the support. Hey, you know what? I kind of ragged on you guys yesterday. You did an absolutely terrific job. I want to thank you for that. I think we were almost to 70 thumbs up. And so important now. The algorithm has changed. I was showing some of the boys earlier today. I was like, look, YouTube's fucking, or not that you guys probably don't care about this, but it matters to me. It matters to the Sports Money channel as we continue to grow. And so I'm sharing it with you just out of a passion project here, but we need you guys to like and retweet. You know, I've been taking the time to put together some infographics just for Twitter because YouTube pushes out to Twitter. Twitter doesn't like to promote it. They shut it down. You know, Sports Money Twitter account's got 250 followers. Some of the guys have 3,000, 4,000 followers. They repost something, it gets 8 views. Sports Money puts a graphic together, posts it out there. It gets 210 views. The algorithm's blocking the chain, and so we need you guys to step up and smash that thumbs up button. If you appreciate what we're doing, if you like the content, we do more shows, we should get more views, not fewer views. So we need you guys to step up. Now's your time if you haven't done so already. If you guys are joining us over on Twitter, think about coming over to the YouTube side of things here. Only 16% of our community has the notifications turned on. It's mind-blowing. We post shit out there. 84% of you won't even know unless you're over there scrubbing through the Sports Money page. And why would you do that? You got better shit to do. So turn your notifications on. If you're checking us out on Twitter, come over to the YouTube side, turn those notifications on, and let's make some fucking money. Sometimes water is so good. Once it hits your lips. Speaking of good, or maybe not there in here, a lot of college basketball today. I miss these Tuesdays of a lot of shit going on, and not a lot of, there's a big NHL card and there's a pretty decent sized NBA card, but I like college basketball. I like the speed of the game. I like that the boys got steak and skin in the game. I'm lukewarm on non-division play, but that's okay. It's the part of the game. 68% of the bets and 62% of the cash have come in on this Davidson team. Davidson and the 8. Boy, both these teams 2-0. Lines come down a point. We've got reverse movement on the total. 74% of the bets, 72% of the cash are on the over. It's come down a point. The Dale Halton Arena in Charlotte will host this battle between these two rivals, and they're both coming in at 2-0. What an impressive way to kick the season off. Question is, who have you played? Indiana State is who Charlotte beat the shit out of, 92-76 to start the season. What's up with these 100-pointers? Is it just me, or does it feel like teams have put up 100 points more than anybody in any season that we've ever seen early in this first couple of weeks? Is there that much of a gap? Is it widening now because of NIL? That we're seeing teams go out there and just fucking throttle down 106-60. The only time they don't go out there and put up 100 is if I lay 33 points. I don't want it to scare me. Sometimes I feel like it's a personal challenge. Do you have the balls to lay 33? The matchup makes sense. Let me do it. And then they end up fucking winning by 26. And it's like, damn, that was too high a number. In this case, I don't think we have to worry about it though. I'm looking at this game. I'm going to tell you, I'm on the under, and I'll give you some trendage. Trends are our friends until the end. We got intersecting zeros. We like intersecting zeros. Intersecting zeros are the best. Charlotte's 14-0 to the under when they've got less than 6 days rest. And the total, less than 147.5. Between the threes, they're averaging 121 points a game. 121 points a game in that spot here. We got ourselves 143.5. That trend's active for for Charlotte. Davidson's 12-0 under in the dog spot. If it's less than 7.5 points, they got less than 10 days of rest, and they shot better than the lights out last game. They're averaging 128.7 points a game in that spot. Again, 15 points in our back pocket on this situation between Davidson and Charlotte. And look, kind of buying low. Both these teams 2-1 combined to the over. Davidson had a non-ranked game in the equation, non-line game. So that was a beatdown of bullshit. And I think this is a good opportunity for us to climb in on this under. Last year, though, make no mistake, when we got the A10 conference, Davidson ran with the boys. And they beat some of the likes. I mean, they lost the Bonnies. Everybody kind of loses to the Bonnies. I think the Bonnies, by the way, this year, not just Homer. I think they're play on. Don't forget, Woj left basketball in the NBA with ESPN to go over there and become the athletic director of that Bonnies program. So now year 2 or year 1.5, I guess, of his situation. Look for the Bonnies to fuck. But that's an A10 situation. I'm going to go to the under in that 142.5. And onward and upward, we're going to go to Florida A&M and UCF. JP says, I'd lay 4.5 with Tarleton State. I might circle back and play the under in Tarleton State. Zofe is a new member. Shout out to Zofe in the house. New member for Zoe. Appreciate the support, my dude. Cheers to you. Thank you for becoming a member and joining us here on the Sports Money Crusade. JPC says, I laid it with Winthrop, parlayed Virginia, and the under 149.5. Jerry Davis says, the Big Ten ranked teams both losing early. JPC says he laid the 4.5 at Tarleton. I was going to circle back to the under. And the reason I like the under is because I like Tarleton State's defense. Shout out to JW. I may go back and make that an official play. We'll see. Florida, I got like fucking 16 of them out there right now. So it's at the fringe of, okay, dude, what are you trying to do? Trying to fucking retire tonight? Florida A&M versus UCF. Boy, here's a battle of bullshit, isn't it? Here's a real fucking barn burner. Look, the line's coming down. 85% of the bets and 82% of the cash agree with me that UCF's an overrated team. Whoops. And so you're going to give me a whole bunch of points with a team that struggled to find their groove? Stella ain't got her groove in this game. 167.5 has moved to 169.5. 54% of the bets and 55% of the cash have weighed in on this one. And like I said, look, this isn't like the battle of the Eastern Kentucky versus West Kentucky. It is a Florida battle. Florida tends to be a hotbed for college hoops. Lots of Florida teams in battle tonight as it also works out to it. But here's what I'm not impressed about. Hofstra. Now somebody's going to be like, what do you know about Hofstra? If you'll recall last year, I kept saying, hi, my name's Gina from Hofstra. I know plenty about Hofstra. Don't you worry about that. All the way back to my Philadelphia days. One of the schools I went and saw some college hoops at for female reasons was Hofstra. And it wasn't female basketball. 82-78. Gina and her gang from Hofstra always showed a good time. Thing is, they were laying 9.5 points for UCF. And they struggled. Then you follow it up, and they played Vanderbilt, not the football Vanderbilt with Pavia, whatever his name is, the basketball squad, and they got busted up. They allowed 105 points. There's that 100 that I teased from the last game. Not only did they allow 100 and lost, they shot the lights out of the building. 56% from 3. And they still lost. And Florida can put up points. They play UCF or USF. They put up 67. They played Kennesaw. They put up 72. They're top third of college basketball in the country from their ranking perspectives concerned. I think 23 is just disrespectful. I don't expect them to win. Not the wrong team favored in this case, but I'll take a shot with them at the 23 points on Florida A&M. Them farmers, don't sleep on them farmers in the swamp, man. If they can make grass grow out of the swamp, I think they can find a way to cover 23 points here with the Florida A&M squad here for 23. Just experience returning squad against a team I just think is overrated. I faded UCF last week against Houston in basketball or football. Just not buying it. Tech P says, I just got the under 143.5 on Davidson. JPC says, Michael will retire when fish perspire. Shout out to Ramon Scott. Says, LIU up 75-65 with 24 seconds left. Yeah, Ramon. That's what we were wondering. Well, Air Force didn't get the cover. They closed at 4. Well, I guess it depends on your book. Just a difference of the push or not, right? Yeah, that sucked. That sucked. I had him. I had Air Force minus 4. And then we want to diatribe about partnering with the books, Ramon. Reference to you. Your partnership with the books. Sometimes even reaching out to the line makers when things didn't look right, telling them, partner with the books. We want more books, not fewer books in our back pocket. Helps us with line shopping. So you get the 4 instead of the 4.5 in some cases like that. Maybe Stephen fucking Austin is taking on Rice in college football or college basketball. We got to move. We got to move in this thing. I got 3 games left after this one for you guys. Look, I'll keep it short and sweet. I'm going to take Stephen fucking Austin. I'm a believer. They came out and upset last week. They got this Rice team. We got reverse line movement. 94% of the best. The public loves Rice. Rice-A-Roni. 74% of the cash. 150.5 dropped to 149.5 with 78% of the bets and 78% of the cash on the over. It's dropping down in this case. I don't know if they win now. It's just a tighter game than me. This is too many points. Rice averaged about 70 points a game last year. They just lost to Oregon. Yeah, okay. But look, they played that Charlotte team that we just talked about a few minutes ago against Davidson. They lost that game as well. Like, this is a team that doesn't really, or that was, I guess, at the end of last year. I like Stephen fucking Austin. You guys know the deal. They're 2-0 to start the season. They beat the shit out of Arkansas State, and they're big. They show they're powerful inside, and they rebound great. So they're going to limit secondary chances from the teams that they're playing. Not as great this year from an offensive perspective. A couple points less than previous. I believe they were I don't know. I think it was 69 points last year, and now they're down to like 66. It's still early, and we're still getting a 3. They do have a shot, I think, to win outright. I think the under's in play for this game because of that limiting of second chance shots out there. Probably Rice wins this game last basket. So last basket wins. I'll take the extra point in my back pocket with the 3 and hope that they don't score a 3 as the buzzer beater. There are some 3.5s out there, and that's what I got was the 3.5. So I got the 3 in the hook for some Stephen F. Austin. Let's keep it going. Let's keep this thing moving. I wanted to be done 15 minutes ago. What the fuck happened? Oh, I think I talked about the partnership with the books. I think that's what happened. My bad. Oops. I had a buddy when he fucked up, he'd be like, oops. Hampton and Virginia. You guys know the deal. I'll keep it short for you. We're going to go right back to it. We've cashed it twice already. Virginia, home unders total over 130 or higher. You go to the under, they've cashed 19 of their last 20 times. 19 of their last 20. 20.5 is the total for Hampton. It moved to 24.5. 86% of the bet, 77% of the cash on Hampton. Hampton, I don't know. Unless we're talking about the Hamptons. I don't have a lot of experience with that. On the Virginia side of things, though, I'll take that under as we close out the college hoops card. I know what else happened. I added a hockey play in there. All right, let's talk about this really fast, right quick. Denver first half, OKC first half. That's my parlay. It's on the money line. It's plus 116. I've kind of figured out I don't like fucking around with the NBA when it's not an NBA Cup game. I mean, these points, they don't want you to bet the NBA. You've got to lay a 10 with the Knicks against the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are all fucked up with John Morant right now. Toronto, you got to lay a 10 against the Nets on the road. I don't know that they want you to play. Here's the thing. OKC minus 7.5, 55% of the bets, 52% of the cash. Line hasn't moved. Okay. OKC was just at home. OKC suffered their, well, I guess they're just at home. They're just getting home. Excuse me. Let me step that back after 4 straight road games. But they're a first half cover machine. They did not cover that first half last game. I think they bounced back and fire on this one here. I got some trends for you guys too with this OKC team. 19-0. If the team they're playing won by 20 or more points, the previous game is a favorite of less than a 15 pack. That's the Warriors. The Warriors won by 31 points. They were 12.5 favorites against that Indiana Pacers team that was bumped and battered, hobbled galore. Golden State 0-6 versus non-divisional opponents as a road dog. of more than 6.5 points. So this one qualifies. And they're losing by 22 points a spot on those games. Thing they got is Steph Curry coming back. Somebody asked, will Steph cook? Anytime the star player comes back, I think it takes a little time to find the rhythm, to find the rhyme, to find the groove, all of that stuff that goes along with it. So I'll take OKC after being I think they're 8-4 on the season first half or something like that. And they're just coming off of losing that first half. So I think they'll bounce back. They're at home after a 4-game roadie. They'll be ready. They'll be fired up. I think they can take a team that's got their star player coming back. And then the other side of it for me was Denver. Same thing. You got a team that's one of the best in the league in the first half of the game. I think they can start out early. I don't know. Look, the Kings are in struggle bus mode. This is not a terrific spot for the Kings any way, shape, or form. Just by the numbers, the Kings are 0-9 against the spread, non-divisional home dog if the team's got rest. And they're getting busted up by 16 points a game. The overs have been soaring. They're 12-0 to the over in a similar situation. They're going over by 12 points a game in those spots too. My king of the court tonight is Jokic. I took his 50-plus points, rebounds, and assists, and I factored him in for my king of the court. I like to give you guys my king of the court play when it comes out there. And last but not least, we're at the buzzer. We're at the buzzer here, 7:03 p.m., ready to go. JW says, Mike ramble about something else he's not supposed to. It's my show. Talk about what the fuck I want to talk about. I love you guys, man. Thank you guys all for being here. Boston Celtics, Philadelphia 76ers. I like the song, man. I'm in. Boston's not right this year. Boston's not big enough this year. I buy in the hype here. And for whatever reason, the Sixers like thumping. The problem is the public's hearing Embiid's out of this game. His knee's getting checked out. He's questionable. They're better off without Embiid. Crazy as that sounds, outright release that fucker. Let's just move on from him. Let's recognize the mistake. The question is, will Maxey play or not? 55% of the bets, 44% of the cash coming in on the 76ers. That's moved from -3.5 to +2. If we can explain the move, then we can kind of minimize it or nullify it. And I just told you why the move is where the move is. So, Embiid, out. Will not play. Paul George, out. I saw a great tweet the other day. It said, you ever seen a more mega max player not given less of a shit about from a city than Paul George? In other words, he's our superstar and nobody fucking cares. Same thing with Embiid, Still got Maxey, still got the boys. We got our mega star Twitter star. He's twerking, he's doing his thing. And the guy you got to look for in this game is Edgecombe. He's been a bruiser. He's been a beast. Just had 33 points the other night. Their awful loss. Terrific bounce back situation. I'm good with him. I'm good. Look, record 6-4. Boston's 5-6. Philly's offense is better. They're bigger. We talked about the lack of size that makes up the court for this Boston Celtics team. I'm sorry, Nasty Nate. They're not going to smash tonight. Jaylen Brown might have been the champion. But once again, when you need Jaylen Brown, he's nowhere to be found, especially when Tatum's not in the fold. And this is a good spot for the Sixers to come back, fire, get it right, get it done, get the win outright. We'll take whatever points are in our back pocket, but we just got the money line. We don't need no stinking points. Also, I wanted to make sure you guys noticed I updated the shit list. And the Steelers are on it. As a reminder for the rest of the NFL season that Aaron Rodgers is washed up. That's going to be the way we put the bow on the show tonight, you guys. Make sure if you haven't done so already, hit the thumbs up button for us. Make sure you show the support. Leave a comment in the comment section after the show. We need your help, you guys. Again, the algorithm has changed. I continue to tell Ramon and the boys, we need some help. There's some things we need to proactively do. I need you guys to help us as well. And that comes down by making sure you hit that thumbs up button. Leave a comment in the post after the show. Tell me your favorite play. Tell me your favorite part of the show. Tell me segment you'd like to see next time. I don't care. Just tell me something and leave it in the comment section. On behalf of the Sports Money Squad, thank you guys all for checking the show.